Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Over a Meal, presented by myself, Adrian Marquet. Today, we host Elliott Frith, a Toronto-based film director that just graduated from TMU. He makes some great stop-motion films, and we're going to talk about his experience as a student and a filmmaker in the Toronto scene. We're going to be eating a burger with him at the Friday Burger Company here on the Danforth. Let's go in. Okay, cool. Let's sit down. How you doing, dude?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm excited, I have to tell you. I heard about your work a while back, but I want to start off, I want you to give us the rundown. How'd you start in film? What interested you about film?
Yeah.
Was it, when you were a kid, was there a movie that you saw, like did you watch The Godfather 7 times and were like, this is the movie that I want to make one day, or what's up, what happened?
Actually, I didn't see The Godfather until very, very late. I was like
Really?
a bad film student.
No.
But no, I started, I think a lot of kids kind of had the same thing where they started doing little Lego stop motions or clay stop motions. And then I got into making little home movies with my friends, a lot of spy movies.
Yeah.
Because we like to do the gunshots,
Action.
the blood effects, all that stuff. Like making the movie magic stuff was the
Yeah.
most fun, doing the effects. But yeah, kind of Wallace and Gromit got me into it. I was like, oh wait, you can make that? I think that we had some kind of program come into our class and taught us how to do little paper stop motions. And then from there, I just got a camera for my birthday. I don't know, I was like 10. And then I started doing stop motions and then Lego stop motions and clay and then making movies. But yeah, and then high school, we have like a Comtech class and they basically, our teacher just gave us a camera and said like, do whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was a big space to kind of grow and play with different genres and different kind of tropes and stuff.
Yeah. And then you made your first movie called Routine,
Yes.
which was your TMU thesis,
Yeah.
which got you into TMU. And what was TMU the target the whole time? Were you trying to aim for different schools, or was like, because on the title it literally says TMU accepted.
Yeah. The application thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was made for TMU because they gave you a theme and then like a time limit had to be 90 seconds.
Interesting.
That's why half of that movie kind of happens in the credits.
How did you enjoy that experience going to film school for someone who I think is, maybe in high school and wanting to go?
Yeah.
What was that whole experience of going from like applying to literally being like the most award-winning film at the TMFF like film festival?
I think like I don't know. I did research before I went to film school. People were like, it's pros and cons. But the things they say online are pretty much true. You have access to equipment, and you have like you're gonna meet people who are like really passionate about what they do, and also very talented. And that's like the Out of the Toil, the movie I made for the thesis, like for my thesis for TMU. That movie was completely like only possible because of all the talented people that I met throughout film school. One
thing that I've heard from a lot of students, and I want to see what you thought of it, because I feel like your film was one of the most out-of-the-box films out there. A lot of people say that film school puts you in a box. That they kind of like, it makes you think one certain way, that things can only be done one certain way. Do you think that that's like the case, or did you think that like you do have, and you don't, I'm not making you talk shit about TMU, just, like the film school experience,
No, no, I think there were definitely like kind of like an old guard a little bit of like people who like film, because also I do think that like when you're first year film school, like you do need to be brought down a little bit and be like, okay, you can't, like you have to work within your limits, right? Like especially you're gonna be a filmmaker in Toronto.
Yeah.
Your whole career basically is like they have to teach you this. Like it's going to be limited.
Yeah.
So you have to know how to work within these limits of like budget or limits within like basically the scope of what you can do. Sweet.
Oh, thanks, man.
So this is the mushroom. This is the
cool. Appreciate it. Thank you. Do you want a water as well?
Oh yeah. Is it okay? But sorry. Can I actually also get a water, please? Thank you so much, man.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Cold Feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, it's in the link in bio. You can watch everything on his website. But the storytelling in that is so simple and so good. Like I don't know, you're very, very like quick. Like you get to the point very quick, and I like that. Like 30 seconds in, and all of a sudden you sort of like understand that something is up. And I think that in a 4-minute movie, you go through 3 different drastic emotions. At the start, you think everything's normal, and you're kind of intrigued in what's going on and for the mystery to be revealed. But then after like a you know, that point where you see that it's a doll, you get like really creeped out and weirded out, and he starts making out with the doll, and you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore. You know what I mean? I want to turn this shit off. But then you get to the end, and the dude starts crying, and you're like, I don't know. You feel so sad for him. You feel so bad for him. I think that's something that you really nailed, is like being able to just play with people's emotions right when you want it to be. You see that in Out of the Toil as well. But in that particular film, I thought that the I don't know who came up with this, but this is what I thought was the most genius. You start off the movie with a still frame opening sequence with sort of jump cuts where the guy's like preparing the table, and it's like jump cuts of him doing different things. And then you do another jump cut with sort of a still frame on the over the shoulder facing him while he's talking to the doll and having a conversation with the doll.
So I'm trying, as you're saying,
I know.
remember the movie.
That's why I'm trying to just describe it. And there's that over the shoulder. But the only thing is, the over the shoulder, the doll never moves, while he moves a ton. Like you see him sway around, and you could see that there's like emotion in his movement. And that fucking, I think, is genius storytelling. I thought that was really, really smart, because right off that, you know something is up. You see that there's jump cuts, but the one person is staying still. So you're like, are they angry? Are they like, and so you always get the gears going in people's heads. So I want to know about that. That specifically, like, was it something that you had planned in pre-prod? If not, what was, how did you come to that idea, or was it just something that came together in the edit?
So I would say like this short film was for a project where we had to show, like, it was an idea. We had to show someone missing someone, or loneliness or something like this. I don't remember what the exact prompt was, but no dialogue, no picture frames. You could tell someone had seen a bunch of like student films that was like writing an assignment to avoid every cliche possible. I do think it is still like a bit cliche, but yeah, that was the context we wrote it in. And then that scene specifically was like, okay, it's a little bit like, it's a bit of a trope. It's a bit like maybe played out. We don't want to like drag it on too long. We only need to give it as much like suspense or whatever as we need to. So what's the quickest way we can kind of get to the punchline, I guess you could say, like how do we give it away as soon as possible, so to not like make this the entire film, like it's not a secret. And yeah, that really came out in the edit, I think.
Out of the Toil.
Yes.
That is one hell of a fucking team effort.
Oh, I think it was like, someone asked me. It was with me and my producer, Kaya Malik. Me and Kaya were asked by somebody, or like someone asked me and she was beside me, and like, how many people worked on the film? I'm like, oh geez, I don't know. Like 40? Like 60 people, over 60 people or something. Yeah. Like, so it was like, because she had done all the credits and everything, and there was like, someone's helping with the costumes and their cousin is helping, or their sister is helping or something. It was such a huge effort by a lot, like pretty much everyone I know in my life like played some kind of part.
That's good.
My sister ended up sewing a couple costumes, and it was just kind of like, okay, who do we know who can do this and that? Who do we know who can learn this? My girlfriend Katie, she like made most of the puppets, and she learned from someone from OCAD, so someone friend of a friend or something, and she completely learned how, like, they were all felted, so she learned how to make all these puppets for the film. Like, she has never done anything like that before.
How did she learn? Did she like look it up on YouTube?
Just by doing it, and also probably YouTube and stuff. Wow. But yeah, so there's a lot of that. So, a lot of also, how do we animate? Like, we had a lot of new animators, and I was like, I'm not gonna go out and look for people. Like I want people who I know. Yeah. That are like, I know them as people, but also I know they can learn this thing. Yeah. And it's, it's a student film. We should all be learning something, right?
1,000%.
Yeah. So it was a very like, we're gonna figure it out. We're all gonna figure it out together. None of us know exactly what we're doing, but we're gonna get it done. Yeah.
Interesting, because the shoot time, from what I saw, was 90 days, right? Like, did you do 90 days of filming?
No. It was closer to 6 months. So from December. Almost every day in December. We broke for Christmas and New Year's, and then for like a couple of days, and then we're back January, February, March, April, and then I don't think, maybe the end of April.
Are you joking?
Yeah, no.
What?
Yeah, it was a lot.
And how'd you edit it during, or?
Yeah, so we edited it as we went, basically. and then we had to do the VFX was like a huge crunch time. Shout out to our VFX team. Yeah, yeah, they really crunched to get all the kind of backgrounds and everything for the festival. But yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
I want you to give me, because people won't be able to see the movie out of the Toil, obviously, because it's going to do its festival run. So I want you to give me or them or both a little brief description.
It's a movie about a family of mice, and their farm gets taken over by a bunch of cats, and the brothers are sent off to war, and then the daughters and the mom are put to work. The daughters put to work digging holes, and basically a crisis breaks out when she realizes what the holes are for, and then she's actually digging graves for the soldiers who come back from the war. But yeah, that's the
there you
pitch.
Go.
Yeah,
there you go. Am I wrong in saying that it was inspired by Mouse?
Oh no, absolutely not.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong for that.
I watched it and I was amazed, and then I was speaking with a friend of mine, Josh Willick, and he was like,
yeah,
it was I'm pretty sure it was inspired by Mouse, and I was like, oh my goodness, it brought me back to like, what was it, 9th grade or something like that when we read the book in school. But that's awesome. How'd you come up with the idea or the theme? Like, was it?
I had like a dream or a nightmare about digging this hole, and then I saw a guy above the hole, and he was like sitting on a mound of dirt. And every time I dug, he would get like a little bit higher and higher.
Interesting.
I didn't remember the dream until I was just like waiting for the subway, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? That would be great. That would be a great movie. So then I kind of developed it. I had this short that I did in second year. There was like also claymation with ants and like a slug. So the thing I would do with ants. And then I was reminded of Mouse again. I reread it like last spring, and then I kind of wrote it while I was at a tree planting camp last summer, and just kind of. I know, so that was a lot of digging holes and manual labor. So definitely inspired by that.
Now, how'd you make the Mouse connection?
I honestly don't remember. There was a kind of a power dynamic that I wanted to play on when it was still bugs.
So
then I was like, okay, there's gonna be no dialogue, and I'm asking the audience to be sympathetic towards this like main character. It wouldn't hurt if they were a little cute, right?
So the whole crowd, every single time you had it was like, oh, like it was so good. It was really incredible.
That was awesome to hear that and feel that.
Yeah,
audience,
dude, and the whole team getting all the awards was beyond, well, super well deserved, but like beyond ridiculous. I was so happy. I was like, yeah, that movie definitely. And is the no dialogue a choice of from your previous films of like the no sound, you want to avoid sound, or was it just because you didn't really want to animate the like move mouths and stuff
both.
like that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because we knew we had to be like super restrictive on what we could actually feasibly do. So it was a lot bigger scale at the beginning. When I first gave Kaya the script, and she was like, okay, you can't do all this. Like, this is like crazy. You have like a trench warfare scene, like you're in the village or something. It's like, okay. That's why it's set in pretty much one place.
Yeah.
Still, probably could have got more. could have gone back on the scale. But yeah, the speaking was okay. We have to learn how to animate mouths and there's dialogue and stuff. And it's a whole other process, right?
So what was the process like of getting your thesis film made in film school?
Scary. Luckily, Kaya, who I knew but I hadn't talked to a ton, it's like, hey, love the script. Let's work on it. We developed it together. Brought the scope down. Made like a pitch deck. We made like a little puppet. I made the beginning of an animatic. Which is like the movie storyboard and stuff you need for an animated film, and then we got all our ducks in a row basically, and there were like something like 20 something films pitched. So that's why it's so hard to find a producer. There's like
I mean, ridiculous amount of.
But yeah, the pitch day is like a full day of like everyone goes up, does their like 5-minute pitch, questions, whatever.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's all you get?
Yeah, and our job is basically like convince these people you can make a stop motion film with 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
Have we ever made this? No, we're just gonna say like they're like, oh. Do you guys? Luckily, no one there was like super like in the stop motion world.
Yeah.
So we could say like, yeah, we've done this before. We had a thing to give them and be like, okay, this is what the puppet's gonna have to look like.
Interesting.
And
I'm glad you went for it, dude, because like it's so different. Was it like, how big of a difference is stop? I'm guessing it's ridiculous, but I want to know sort of the specifics of the difference between stop motion and like live action. What do you prefer, and what have you noticed are big differences and similarities?
I guess there's a lot of crossover with dialogue. Without dialogue, like the animator is like the performer.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to get a performance out of this like lifeless puppet, and there's a lot of reference footage. There's a lot of like standing in a room and kind of doing your own kind of performance, recording it, and then basing it off that or something.
Yeah.
Which is just like I guess working with normal, like let's say with normal actors, working with like real life people. It's a similar process of collaboration. Like we like to have like when I was animating, I like to have like an assistant animator there, and they're basically just like you know, technically their role is to press a button, but actually what their role is to like talk with the animator, figure out what's natural, what makes sense for the story in that shot, right? How would you react to this? Like what looks good, and kind of be like a bit of a test, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was super helpful. It was a very collaborative process, and how we're going to create this performance.
Interesting. Yeah. I think I don't know. I've never wanted to try. Like I've always wanted. I'm in my head. I'm like, okay, one day I'm gonna make an animated short. Like I think it'd be so sick. But it's such a daunting task. And if you're telling me for 6 months straight, you have to like take pictures of something and move it like one by one, and I don't know. I like sort of the play that you get with actors, and in animation, I don't know if you get that. Do you at all? Do you feel like you get that, like, because you don't you sort of create the performance, and then you have to like do 3 days of work, put it together, and see for like 2 seconds if it kind of matches your vision, you know?
It's super abstract.
Yeah.
So what we did, we celebrated every tiny victory.
Yeah,
every shot
good.
was like, oh nice, like let's go, that looks sick. I mean, we always like hype each other up, and like, because you're doing that for 6 months, right? Like you got to be, very critical of what you're doing, but also like you got to keep the momentum up and the morale up a little bit.
Yeah.
And so part of that is like when something looks good, you're like, oh shit, that's nice.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a lot of people to me, like, they don't get hyped enough. You gotta get, when you really have those tiny things that are like the beautiful shots and everything just works out. You gotta be psyched about that. I feel like that really makes, like, I don't know, to me that makes the whole difference of an experience for a crew and for people like that. So no, I'm glad you're getting hyped about that. And so now stop motion is like, is that your game? Is that what you're aiming
for now?
for?
I have more to say, I think, and it's a bit of a niche, But I don't know. I really have fallen in love with it, even for the 6 months of work, it hasn't.
Dude, you made me fall in love with it. I'll tell you, fucking Out of the Toil is ridiculous, and I like I said before, since the beginning, the way you're able to dictate emotion played so much to your advantage, because in Out of the Toil there's no voices, there's no expressions, like, you know what I mean, but there is still so much said by like movements and camera angles and the way that things are shot that I think dude, I think for stop motion you're gonna be the next, like, what is it, Wallace and Gromit, like, what's the name of the director that made Wallace and Gromit?
It's Aardman Animation. Nick Park, there you go.
Nick Park.
Yes.
Yeah, he's you'll be the next Nick Park. So, but no, dude, I'm excited to see what you make, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
I'll dab you up. Get up, even though this is whatever. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching another episode of Over a Meal with myself, Adrian Marquet, and our guest, Elliott Frith, at the Friday Burger Company, the tastiest burgers on the Danforth, as you can see over here with the traffic. Move along. How you doing?